Just to set the scene, I want you to imagine it's the year 410 AD. Now, Rome has its hold on Britain, but Rome's relationship with Britain has never been an easy one. In fact, we do know from surviving documentation, or rather copies of documentation that have been handed down to us, that Rome's relationship with Britain was never easy. In fact, they had referred to us as Britannia, which roughly translates as nasty little Britons. And this is really, it could be a reflection of the troublesome province, or is it troublesome history that this province gave Rome over nearly 4 centuries of occupation. From the revolt of Boudica in the 1st century AD through to the 2nd and 3rd century AD, various revolts, Carausius and Electus, and obviously the successful usurper Constantine, and the later revolt in the 4th century AD of Magnus Maximus. Always trouble came from Britain, it seemed, for Rome. Now, these people are marching past you. These are the Limitani. The Roman army had changed out of all recognition. They weren't the classic legionaries of the early period. These soldiers here are the static frontier troops, the Limitani. They have the shield pattern of the Secundani Britanniarum, which are mentioned in the Notitia Dignitatum, a surviving later Roman document. And they're making their way into the fortress. Now, it's slightly different because the fortress looked like this in 14 AD. It would have been a large sort of area, a large wide area. It certainly was a hill fort. And the central part where the keep is actually a much later addition, with the stone keep being put up in the Norman period. But just imagine that this is our interpretation of events in 410 AD. Imagine there is a static frontier guard stationed in a place like this. It could be a signal station here, it could be a signal tower. Down by the river there was certainly a Roman garrison, but up here would be a token force around the signal tower. These Limitani static frontier troops are different to the other type of Roman soldier, the comitatenses. The comitatenses were a result of the reforms by the Roman Emperor Diocletian. He essentially restructured the Roman army to make it survive. The legion was no longer 6,000 strong, but 1,000 strong. There were more legions, and also there were two types of soldier: the fast strike professional soldier, the comitatenses, and there was the part-time soldier, the Limitani, the static frontier troop. But helping the Limitani, helping the Romans rather generally, were mercenaries. They were called laity. They were also referred to as federati. And the federati were a type of soldier, a pure mercenary, often in this part of the world, often Germanic, and they were here as a mercenary force to swell the ranks of the army. The relationship wasn't always easy, and here today we see a delegation of the federati making their way towards the central Roman garrison. They don't look very happy. I don't think they've been paid for quite a while. It's probably the same for the static frontier troops, but the federati want their money, they want their gold.
Clear the way! I need to speak to your commander! Commander, you have no access. I will have access! Call your commander down here now! Access!
The soldiers, the sentries on the gate are barring their way. You have no right here. The soldiers find themselves assaulted by the federati at the gate. The federati are making their way up the bridge. They're absolutely fearless. These are mercenary soldiers. They spend a lot more time in warfare than the static frontier troops in the garrison. The static frontier troops are rather afraid of what they might do. The federati are almost equally matched.
Until now. You will gain money when we have money.
There is a crisis in the empire. You will gain money when we have money.
Wait for us until we bring you the money. The money is on its way.
The money is on its way.
How can I prove it?
Now, galloping through the fields towards this fortress are 2 soldiers. They've come from Rome, directly from Rome. They've come here just as a scouting force, just to see what's going on. And now they're returning. They're returning to the column of soldiers.
Try it.
It looks like negotiations have broken down. It's now time for conflict. The static frontier troops come up and bar the way to the bridge. The federati try and smash their way through. So who are you going to cheer for? The Germanic Federati or a static frontier Roman soldiers? Horns are sounded, a column of men approaching directly from Rome with a Roman official at their head. This seems to have stopped the fighting slightly. No, it doesn't. The Federati are not that bothered. They can hear horns blowing in the distance, but they've also posted some rear guard. The rear guard are aware of the column of men approaching towards them. They're not sure of their size yet, but suddenly realise that they're slightly outmatched. They have Romans in front of them on the bridge, and now it looks like they're going to have Romans behind them too. The Federati are fairly fearless. This is quite interesting. A high-ranking Roman shouts the Federati leader.
By the name of Christ, what is this? Who the hell are you?
I am Beowulf, leader of the Federati, and I demand gold now!
I can see your Federati by your dress. My name is Marcus Arturius Albinus.
Marcus Arturius Albinus is here, directly from Rome. He was a friend of the Emperor Honorius. Can you hear this? The Federati mocks him. 3 names, that means you have 3 fathers.
And you listen well, unless you want my men to have a little play with you. You are few in number at the moment. Choose your next words carefully.
He has threatened the Federati with the full weight of the common
I
pretenses.
come with words from Honorius, the Emperor.
Honorius! Words are no good. I need gold to feed my men. We have not been paid for weeks.
You want gold? I have gold. I have gold in plenty. And I have something of much greater value than gold.
What would be greater than gold?
The few Federati on the bridge are being driven back towards their brothers. The Romans are anxious to make contact with their friends.
Pick it up.
It's not enough there, Lord.
I have...
It's one day in the alehouse.
Listen.
You insult me.
Listen well. I have something of much greater import to all of you in this cart. You will take your Federati, you will return to your camp, you will allow me access to the Vicus and the Britannia Secunda. When the sun rises, you will bring your Federati, we will bring the Britannia Secunda, and we will drill. And I then will tell you my message of great import from Honorius. Be there, bring your men, your swords drawn. We fight together. This is not the way.
As long as there is gold, we will fight together.
Good.
When there is no gold, we will fight against you. But for now, I will honour your word. Federati! The alehouse! Hey! Make way!
So the Federati are off for the moment. The commander has arranged for everybody to meet on a parade ground outside the fort. He wants to drill everybody, and now he's going to see what has happened. He wants a full investigation to the events here today. So, the comitatenses have met the Limitani. It seems for the moment peace is restored, but these men have no idea that this is the last day of Roman Britain. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.